Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so I hope you guys are excited as I am to welcome Michael again for another edition of commercial. I know that he has commercial part 1 and 2, so this is part 1. Before I bring him in, I just want to remind you guys, for those of you who are using Prime Agent just loaded up a new listing presentation for sellers, so when you get an opportunity, go in there and take a look at it. It's great information for you guys. Michael, definitely, this is his passion. He's organized with this. He knows the technology. I think he speaks another language. That's how I feel, at least when he's coming up with all this terminology and all the way he puts all this together. So I want to keep learning from him. Let's put a big round of applause and bring him up. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys coming, and Leonel's correct. This is my passion. This is what I want to teach you guys, because I believe in this turning, shifting market of real estate, you guys are going to have another niche. Okay, because the real estate market, the single family is getting more and more challenging, and this portion of the market is opening up, as far as I'm concerned. So what we're going to do, we're going to ask a few questions on what happened with the last meeting, and then we're going to go into 102 part 1. So let me ask someone a question. I have some coins here for people that give you the right answers. What is commercial not? What is commercial not?
KNOT? Not?
Huh?
Not.
Not. What is
Not a
commercial
residential.
not? It's not a residential, but what type of residential?
Home or
Single
one
family.
single
Family resident,
Single
owner
family.
occupied.
Owner occupied. That's it. Thank you very much, Martine. He starts it off with one. Okay. Commercial is not an owner occupied property. Can somebody give me an example of what a commercial property is?
Multi-unit for rental purposes.
Multi-unit for rental purposes.
Businesses.
Businesses. You gentlemen are included.
Retail, commercial,
Retail, commercial, okay.
and
What else?
industrial.
I'm gonna give someone else a chance. You're getting all the coins. Leonel,
industrial,
industrial,
Copy.
okay. You
business.
gentlemen, any ideas? What is a commercial property?
Anything that you know, like
Give me an example.
a warehouse, perhaps.
Like a warehouse, there you are, absolutely. Okay, let me ask you a question. What is the benefit of owning commercial property? Give me one benefit.
Tax
Income.
write-off.
What?
Tax write-off.
Tax write-off.
Long-term
Income.
tenants.
More income.
More income? Okay.
Sometimes.
You got that one? All right. Sorry. Benefit of owning commercial property? No clue? Okay. Any other benefit?
Cash flow.
Cash flow, well, that's it. She said income. Give me another one.
Yeah, it's, a lot of these properties, the leases have like, built-in increased rent on a yearly.
Rental increase, that's income. What, give me another example. Give me another benefit of owning commercial property.
Triple net,
Okay.
triple net leases.
That's part of the income. What about the ability to exchange?
1031 exchange.
1031 exchange, absolutely. Okay, absolutely. One last question. What is NOI? What is NOI?
Net operating
Net
income.
operating income.
Very
That's
good,
what I was saying.
very good. What are the components of
Are you the
NOI?
freaking judge?
What are the components of NOI? NOI stands for net operating income. What are the components of NOI?
Gross minus vacancies,
Rents.
minus
Okay,
expenses.
I'm looking for basically two components. What are they?
Income and vacancies.
No,
Tommy,
that's part of it. What you have with basically NOI, you have your income, you have your expenses. It's just that easy, right? That is it. Okay. Sorry. No more. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with 102. And basically what 102 is, we're going to learn how to calculate cash flow and cash on cash return. Because we're moving on now. You have to understand how to get to NOI, we're gonna understand, we're gonna go over the basic markets and sub-markets, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the investor language. We're also gonna do some live analysis of properties that's out there, because I feel that that's very beneficial to actually see what we're talking about. So let's move forward here. Review of NOI. I'm gonna have to keep on going over this until you guys get it. So basically, you got your gross scheduled income, which is the rents. The rents times 12 gives you your annual gross scheduled income. In order to get your vacancy factor, you subtract 5%, right? That gives you your net rental income. There it is. Then you add your other income. Can you, somebody give me some examples of what other income might be?
Laundromat.
Laundromat.
Spaces.
Parking spaces,
Storage.
storage, billboards, absolutely. Other income, that gives me my total operating income, okay? Then I have my expenses. Can someone tell me what my expenses are?
Taxes, insurance.
Taxes, utilities, management, maintenance,
Uh-huh.
And insurance.
insurance.
All right, can you say it again? I think you missed one, so let's say it again.
Taxes, utilities,
Mhm.
maintenance,
Mhm.
management, insurance.
Absolutely. That gives me my expenses. How much of it should be of my total operating income?
30%.
30 to 35%. Very good. Is it ever going to be higher?
Yes.
Yeah,
When is it going to be higher?
bad management.
Repairs, major repairs.
Now, let me ask the question again. Would my tummy ever be higher than 30 to 35%?
Yes.
You could,
Okay, when is it going to be higher? Absolutely all the time.
If you got a lot of vacancies.
No.
If your expenses are high, if you pay too much insurance, you pay too much taxes. If you're bad management, you pay too much for management.
No.
You have a major water leak
Rents
for
are
3
too low.
months, utilities.
No. Your utilities will always be higher. I want you to remember this when the property is mastered metered. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Whenever the property is mastered metered, which means that there's only 1 meter for everything. If it's a 20-unit building, I got 1 meter for electric, I got 1 meter for gas, I got 1 meter for water. The utilities will always be higher. It'll be about 50%. Okay? So remember that. Master meters, that's when my utilities are always higher than 30, 35%. That equals my net operating income. Okay? With my net operating income, can I get my cap rate? If I have net operating income and if I have a price, can I get a cap rate?
yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. If I have a cap rate and if I have a price, can I get my income?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. How do I do it? I use my calculator. That's how I do it. Now remember, because I want to go over this one last time, because when we go to see some actual properties, we're going to be rolling. So you guys have to know this, okay? If I have a price, if I have a cap rate, if my price is 100,000, if my price is $1 million and my cap rate is 10%, then what is my income?
100,000.
100,000.
100,000. Very good. Oh, Miss Denise is here. Okay, so since Denise is here, Denise can say she's surprised. There you go.
Thank
All right. All right. So therefore, I want you guys to remember that these calculations, I want you to kind of have them in the back of your mind, because we're going to be rolling through this. Okay, let's talk about cash flow. What is cash flow? My cash flow is determined when I have my debt service, which is my mortgage, that is separated, that is subtracted from my net operating income. That is my cash flow. Okay? So let's take an example here. If my NOI is $100,000 and my debt service is $50,000, then what is my cash flow?
Sorry. Would you say the numbers again, please?
Absolutely. My NOI, I'll write it right next to it. My NOI is $100,000, 100K. You see that? And my mortgage or my debt service is $50,000. Okay, what is my cash flow?
50,000.
50K, absolutely, that's my cash flow. That is before my taxes, okay? That is before my taxes. Does everybody get that? Does everybody get that?
Yes.
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 Okay. So, how do I get my cash on cash return? Now, the reason I'm going over these right now, because this is really the investor language, this is what investors really want to know. They're not really they're not so involved with cap rates and all of that. They want to know what's the bottom line. So when you're talking to investors and you're talking about cash flow and cash on cash returns, that really piques their interest. Why does it pique their interest? Because they want to know, should I invest my money in real estate or should I invest my money into the stock market or should I just put it in the bank? So if you can't tell them these numbers, then you're not going to have the advantage, okay? So once again, cash flow is your NOI, subtract your debt service, that's what it's called in the commercial multifamily world, debt service, not mortgage, and you get your cash flow, okay? So let's talk about the cash on cash return. What is my cash on cash return? Cash on cash return is when I'm dividing my cash flow, which is right here, by my down payment. So let's take an example. If I have $50,000 cash flow, and if I put down $100,000, what is my cash on cash return?
20%.
50, no, let me see.
I hope you guys bought your calculators, no guessing.
See the numbers again, Mike?
100K.
My cash flow,
50,000
my cash on cash return is 50,000,
divided by.
and I'm dividing, and I put down $100,000.
Oh, 50%.
It's 50%
No, it's 2%.
or 5%?
2%.
Well, then it's 20%.
Let me see.
Oh, let me see.
2%.
2%?
So what is the formula to calculate?
I got
You just divide the big number into the small number.
2%.
2%?
100 divided by 50.
Is that your cash on cash return, 2%?
2%,
Yeah.
2.
Or is it 20%?
no, it's 2.
2%.
2%.
If you just divide it, just come up with a solid 2. But I don't know if you need to move a number.
No, you don't need to because it's not a decimal.
Okay. Let me see.
Well, si el décimo está adentro, sí.
So the cash
Here's the calculator right here on the screen. So I have $50,000,
2.
right, and I'm dividing it by 100,000. What do I get?
2.
I get,
That's 50%.
that's 50%. 50% cash on cash return. And so who said 50 first?
That's me.
No, it's
I think, did you say it first?
Yeah, but it's then you said to divide the
No,
bigger
no,
number.
no. So let's go over this because this is important.
It's the amount invested
I don't need it.
divided by
You win
the
something.
cash flow, right?
No, you gotta have it
Whoever
because,
gets more.
Denise, it's a contest, so you gotta keep it,
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
okay?
keep it.
oh, thank you. Okay.
So what it is that cash on cash return is your cash flow divided by your down payment. Your cash flow divided by your down payment.
It makes sense because it would have been 100 is 100%.
That's right,
So it's 50.
that's right,
Makes sense.
absolutely. So therefore, if I put down 300,000, okay, so let's look at it this way. Let's say that my cash flow is $50,000, and I divide it by 300,000, then what is my cash on cash return?
16%.
Yeah, 16%.
16%. Very good. It's 16%. Do you guys get this? Okay? So here's what's really most important. What's important is that you got your NOI that you got to have. That's the basics. But now you want to know what is your cash flow, okay? And then what is my cash on cash return, okay?
So you divided 50 by 300?
I divided, that's right, I put 300. You always put the small number into you always put the big number into the small number.
So you divide 300 by 50 or what?
Right.
Oh, okay.
And that came out to 16,
16%.
probably 16.667 or something like that.
It's
Okay.
0.16%.
0 point what?
16.
Yeah,
That's right.
then you move it, you move the
Then you move it over 2 twice. Very good,
Ah, okay.
very good,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, now we're gonna be looking at some real life scenarios here in one moment. Let's talk about markets and submarkets. The reason that it's important for you to understand markets and submarkets is because you want to understand which market and which submarket has different cap rates. Okay? So what is a market? A market, it could be a state. California is a market. Texas, Florida, whatever. Large counties, Los Angeles County, Orange County, Riverside County, the Antelope Valley County. The way that you can also check is certain economy indicators, job growth, and things like that. Now, the submarkets are the actual markets within a market. So therefore, if you have Los Angeles County, what would be some of the submarkets in Los Angeles County? Long Beach, Compton. What are some of the submarkets in Orange County?
Winter Park.
Winter Park, Anaheim. You guys gonna let them get all the money?
Santa Ana, Costa Mesa.
Santa Ana, Costa Mesa.
Constant.
Who said that? Who said that? This man over here, okay. All right, and this gentleman right here, all right.
I thought you only had two per question.
So now you guys getting, now with, also within the submarkets, the smaller cities, there's zip codes. Long Beach is a submarket of what?
5-7.
Of,
9005.
no, hold on, listen to me. Long Beach is a submarket of what?
LA
LA County. But now you have some pretty big zip codes within Long Beach, right?
Yes.
Give me a big zip code in Long Beach.
905.
90805. So 90805 is a submarket of Long Beach, and Long Beach is a submarket of LA County. All right, there's special areas within the cities. A good way to find out what's going on is check out the building count and unit count and things like that. So why is this important? This is, and we're going to actually look at this today. The reason this is important is because cap rates aren't the same everywhere, and you're going to have to be able to figure out what a cap rate is in a certain submarket pretty quickly. Because when we get ready to go to our actual MLS, we're going to run through them. We're going to find out what cap rates are in certain markets because we can use very basic formulas. So, also, if you're interested in investing out of state, you're going to have to understand what market you're in as well. Okay? All right. What is a metropolitan statistical area? I just kind of threw this in here. There's a really good website. It's right there. The website really kind of, and I'm going to show it to you just very quickly. This website here talks about the metropolitan statistical area. It talks about different areas, like all of these areas in the United States, right here, are actually sub-markets and submarkets. So there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them. If you go to this website, and you just kind of want to find out this, you know, they got U.S. Census, things like that, that really breaks down the markets and the submarkets. So why is this helpful? This is helpful that if you are investing out of state, and if you don't know the market, you can actually go to this website. You can go, if you're interested in Las Vegas is Nevada, not Las Vegas. Nevada is a very, very big state, okay? Texas is a huge state. So if you want to invest out of state, and if you want to know where the major population is and everything, you can use this website and you can get there pretty quickly. It's pretty impressive. Okay. So basically, let's talk about investor language. I'm not going to talk about this too much today. This is just like an introduction. But when you start talking to investors, I want you to be able to talk their language. I want you to be able to ask them certain questions so that they can actually understand that you know what you're talking about. One of the questions that you may want to ask them is, are you looking to invest horizontally or vertically? Basically what that means is some investors, they like all their investments in one area. They like to be able to drive around, in a few blocks and get all their profits. Some investors, they like, and so that's called vertical, right? Up and down. Horizontally means to spread out. So therefore, some investors, they're looking for the best returns and the best cap rates. So if they have to go to Texas, that's what they'll do. If they have to go to Oklahoma, that's what they'll do. Okay? Because they're looking for the best return on their money. So when you meet an investor, you may want to ask them that question. Are you interested in investing horizontally or vertically? Are you interested in just staying in the Los Angeles area, or are you open to go to Riverside or Orange County, whatever? You want to get that information. Thank you, Lena. Okay. The next question is, do you have a split requirement that you're looking for? A split requirement basically means what is the unit makeup of the building? Is it all three bedrooms? Is it, if it's a 4-unit building, is it 1 3 and 2 1s? What is it? People really like that because they want to know that some people don't like singles. Some people don't like 1 bedrooms. Why do you think that they wouldn't like 1 bedrooms?
Cheaper rent.
I'm sorry?
Cheaper rent.
Cheaper rent is 1?
More turnover?
More turnover. Yep.
Okay, these are some great answers. Let me get some money happening here. Okay, cheaper rent, more turnover. What else?
Less people living in the units. If it's a 1 bedroom, be usually for a couple, no kids.
Right. I have to give up for that one. That's one reason why people would like a 1 bedroom. Less wear and tear. Okay.
Supposed to.
That's right. Absolutely. So therefore, when you start talking about a split requirement, basically what you're talking about is what is the units. It's a great question to ask an investor, because if the investor will ask you, what are you talking about, then now you have kind of like upper hand. Okay? Are you looking for a value play or something more vanilla? What that basically means is that a value play basically means that there's going to be value in the property. In other words, they have to do some work in order to bring the property up, because usually there's value there. When you say something more vanilla, basically they just want a property that they don't have a lot of work to do in it. They're just going to buy the property and start doing their thing. Okay? Another good question to ask is, are you looking for properties that are only on the market, or are you looking for a good deal? Now, that would be sound like a silly question, right? What do you mean, am I looking for properties that's only on the market or a good deal? What do you mean by that? Hey, I will take that. I will take it. Why would somebody ask that question?
Sounds like
Because that's kind of,
Why would you ask that question?
That's a plan of action question.
It's kind of, they want to do it like right now, or they want to, like wait.
competitive advantage, less competition.
Absolutely, I like all of those answers. So let's kind of dissect all of them. All right, what was the first one? The first answer came from over here?
Well, if they wanna do it now, they can wait for like a better,
For a better deal.
yeah, for a better deal, like, or ready to offer cash versus,
Absolutely, I like that. Denise?
I was just thinking less competition. If it's on the market, then everybody knows about it already.
That's right, that's very good. That's a very, very good answer, okay? So you kind of taking the temperature of their investor, okay? Are they willing to wait? Do they like the competition? Are they looking for some off-market properties, whatever? But what if they say, I'm looking for a good deal? I'm looking for a good deal. What does that mean?
So am I.
Yeah, no, really. Yeah, so am I. So what does that mean to you?
It means to look at something off market, something that is probably in default, somebody behind in their payments, somebody who's financial trouble that they would like to release that property.
Okay, but what does that mean to you as a real estate agent?
Oh, it means that I have to have a network of people, clients, and I have to basically go out in areas where there's apartment buildings and look at how long they own them and call them and find out if they want to sell.
I'm gonna call on the expert. Martin, what does that mean to you? When I'm telling you I'm looking for a good deal?
Well, it means that, you're a serious investor, and I'm gonna show you some off-market deals, and it's a plan of action. So that means he's ready to, if the deal's right, he'll buy it. That's what
Okay.
it seems.
You know what that means to me? Doesn't mean anything.
Future
What is a good deal? What is a good deal?
You have to define it.
Thank you. You gotta define it. So when you say you say I'm looking for a good deal, that's your end way to say, you know what, maybe we need to sit down so you can help me understand what a good deal is. All right, a good deal to some people, they'll go to some of the bread and butter areas and they don't care about the rough neighborhoods. They don't care about, they don't care about that. That's a good deal to them. Some people, a good deal is like, I want to buy a 8-unit Newport Beach. That's a good deal to me. The good deal is not in the bread and butter areas. So when you say that, then that opens the door for you to step into it and say, you know what, we need to sit down so I can really understand what you mean by a good deal. I can identify that, okay? So that's an excellent, okay? So now, there are 3 types of investors. There's cash flow, there's appreciation investors in the middle of the road. Which one is the cash flow investor?
What's the question?
Bread and butter.
Property with cash flow.
I said there's 3 types of investors. Look on the screen. There's cash flow, there's appreciation, middle of the road.
Cash flow, you're generally gonna find them in areas not so good, but they have good cash flow.
That's right. Those are called bread and butter areas. That's the politically correct name for them. The unpolitically correct is called the ghetto. Okay? But anyway, those are bread and butter areas, the cash flow areas. That's right. What are the appreciation areas?
The nice areas.
The nice areas.
Limited cash flow, better upside.
That's right. Limited cash flow, better upscale areas, such as
Naples,
Naples,
Long Beach, Naples.
Long Beach, Naples. What
Newport
about
Beach.
What about Newport Beach?
Yeah.
Beverly Hills, maybe?
Beverly Hills.
Okay. What about Hancock Park? There we go.
Yeah.
What about the middle of the road guy?
It was between those 2.
Yeah, in between those 2. You know what? I don't want to go to the rough area, but I can't afford Newport Beach. Just find me something in the middle of the road.
Lakewood?
Huh? Lakewood, absolutely. Bellflower, absolutely. Downey, beautiful. Those are the kind of questions when you're talking to the investor, it will pique the investor's interest enough to say, you know what, this person I think knows what they're talking about. I'm going to give them a chance to either list my property or to represent me in the buying of a property. Okay. So now, are we ready to analyze some properties?
Yes.
All right, let's do this. Quick review while I go to the website. How do you calculate cash? How do you calculate cash flow? Real quick. How do you
Net
calculate?
operating income minus your mortgage payment.
Very good.
Debt service.
That's
Oh,
right.
yes, I'm sorry, commercial.
That's right. I think she gets another one for that. There you go. How do you calculate cash on cash return?
Cash flow divided by your down payment.
She came in late.
Yeah.
And she
Keep her the bag for that one, man.
came in late. Is she beating you guys?
You can study, Denise?
God,
Hey, look, I got the crib notes, no. Thank you.
Now, here's what we're gonna do. On this particular go-around, we're gonna go to, if I can get into the program. We're gonna go to some areas, and we're gonna quickly look at some properties, and we're gonna quickly determine the cap rate, okay? All right, the first area I'm gonna go to is I am going to Long Beach. And I hope you guys keep up with this. I'm gonna get some extra properties. We'll go to Long Beach. Okay, I'm gonna go to 8+ units. Eight plus. And let's see how many I find here. There are 23 matches, very good. This is gonna be fun. Okay, I got a 10 unit, I got a 10 unit building right now. Just taking this top number, taking this number right here, what is the cap rate, real quick?
You can see the numbers.
Okay, I have 196,000, you guys need your calculator for this.
Zoom in a little. Can you zoom in?
Oh, thank you, Marcel. Right here, 196,800, and I got a listing price of 4.490. What is cap rate?
Not a good one.
And
196,800, and the listing price is 4,490,000. What is the cap rate?
That'd be 4.3.
4.3.
Yeah, I have.
All right, I'm taking the next one at 225,000, 480,000, cap rate 5.2, listing price 5.2 million. What's the cap rate?
3.
Where are you?
3?
It says right there.
Yeah, I know, I need you to do it.
Which one we're doing? Which?
We're doing the second one.
Second one?
Second one,
Okay.
The first one was what, Martin?
that was
4.3.
4.3.
4.9 on this one, right?
4.3?
Okay, the second one is
Second
coming
like-
up 4.32.
4.3.
I got 4.9 on the second one.
What
I
is
have
it?
4.9.
4.9.
Yeah.
Very good. The third one, 171,300 divided by 1,975,000.
I got
Eight.
8.6.
8.6. Let's do one more. 158,680, 2.2 million. What is it?
2.2.
Michael, you know what's interesting is, oh, I know, okay, the cap rate for the one we just calculated at 8.7
7.2.
is 6.
Okay. All right. What is that telling you about Long Beach, real quick?
They're around 4%.
Hmm?
4% cap.
4 to what?
To
To
9.
8.6.
About 4 to 8.
Yeah.
48.
Real quick. Just like that. Long Beach, that's where we are. Okay. Very interesting property that you guys brought up. Which one is it?
I think that was number 3. That was a
The
good cap rate.
8.6 cap rate.
You guys should be marketing that property. It's high cap rate.
Which one?
The third one.
That was the
The
one
third
with the
8.6.
8%
The
cap.
8.6.
That's right.
cap rate.
$2 million versus 134.
You should be marketing that property today, right now. Should be a thought to it. Now, of course, so I'm gonna throw a curveball at you guys. How come my cap rates aren't coming out like the cap rates here? See this right here? This one came out to a 6, I came out to a 8.6. Why is that?
Maybe expenses, I don't know.
Nope.
Gross scheduled income, so that means there's no vacancy factor in it?
My girl is sharp, isn't she? And who coaches her? Michael Johnson. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, listen to what she said. The reason it comes out different because the GSI, what is the GSI? Gross scheduled income. Okay, they haven't gotten the expenses out of it.
Haven't added it. Oh, you haven't subtracted.
Exactly. So therefore, my cap rate is a little bit higher, but I'm still effective because for my purposes of searching for a property that makes sense in an area, I can do it real quick. Okay? So therefore, that's why my numbers aren't coming out like theirs, but that's okay, because if I'm really interested in a property, then I will drill down on it. So if I were you, 1332 Walnut, 9-unit building, looking between the 6 and the 8 cap, I would jump all over it. I would post it out there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to post it. Hey guys, last week when I posted that property, I actually got an inquiry and I'm working with that person. Just want to let you know. All right, let's jump to another area. Now we're going to jump to, somebody give me another area here. What about Gardena? How about that one? We're going to jump into Gardena real quick. Active. We're going to go 8 plus. And what do we have here? 23 matches, not a lot of properties in Gardena that have 8 units that's on the market. But let's knock it down real quick. 46,390 divided by 9.8 million. Who has lost their mind?
Say that again.
Okay.
I can't see from here.
Okay, I'm sorry, let me blow it up.
Wow.
It's 46 units. Oh, this is interesting. It's 46 units. The income is 46,309,000 divided by 9.8 million.
Something's wrong there.
Yeah, something is wrong. But just give me the cap, for fun, give me the cap rate.
9, 8,
I think they did 46,000 a month.
46, yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot to multiply it
That's-
as well.
.446.
0.04.
It's not even,
0.46. Yeah.
0.46, right?
Yeah, like
It's not even a
Off the
point.
scale.
Okay. But something's happening there, we're gonna look at it shortly. Let's take the next one here. 12 units, 308,400 divided by 4,650.
6.6%.
6.6. Okay. This one right here doesn't have anything on it, so let's see what we have. Okay, 16 unit property, looks pretty nice. 10,000 square feet, not bad. The guy just didn't put that information in there, but it looks like to me that it is close to 4.7. Like to me is close to about 13,000, something like that, right?
I think, line 3, see how it's six units that are 1-1s? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
But then they
that
have
is.
2 units that are 1-1s. Oh, based on the rent.
Yeah, we got 6 units that, okay, that's fine. So I don't know what the income is on that one, but,
I think Jose got it. I think
What-
it's that they probably didn't multiply it times 12?
Because it's
Well,
averaging
yeah,
1,000 each.
on this one,
Oh, this is a different one.
Oh, that's a different
on this
one.
one, they didn't give anything.
Is that my listing?
They didn't put anything.
That's too much work.
But you know what? That probably doesn't look too bad to me. Because that's some pretty decent income coming in if those numbers are correct.
Let's do it.
The pro forma and the actual rent
Yeah.
is about what?
So,
400.
so let's do it real quick. Let's say, okay, somebody get their calculator out. I got 1,300. I got 1,500.
20.
Okay, then I got 1,200 times 6.
6, that's going to be 1,700.
Okay. Then I have 1,100 times 2. Then I have 1,325. I got 1,500. I have 1,000 times 2. then I have 900, and I have 1,200.
12 what?
1,200.
I got 19,125.
Exactly.
Ditto.
That sounds about right, Jose.
19.
So, what's my cap?
125.
What's the purchase
much?
price?
What's it?
The list
The
price?
purchase price is 3.5,
That's gonna take me-
3.550.
Or was it the gross schedule income?
Was 19, what was that?
19,125.
19,125.
This time's 12, right?
So this was,
Uh,
what's the
yeah.
purchase price? 3,
Yeah, 19,125 times 12.
Let's do 29,500. And then what's the price?
I got 0.5, but I'm not sure I did that right. 19,125,
that's not right.
yeah.
I got
It's-
6.4.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty decent building. So it's 29 what?
229,500.
229,500.
229,500. And the listing price is 3.5, 3.55,
Yeah, 6.4.
6.4. Well, this is great. Okay.
Where's the 29,500 or whatever you said? Because I thought did we come up with 19,125?
Times
Yeah,
12.
Times 12.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Monthly,
Okay,
yeah.
thank
Yeah,
you.
times 12.
What are you gonna total rents from it?
So,
19,125.
19,125.
Yes,
That's what they call it.
Okay, so this one is 6.4, right? I like that building.
Mm-hmm.
I like that building. Plus, it looks pretty cool to me. It's on Vermont, but it's on the other side of Dos Segundo, on the other side of Redondo. So I like it. That was cool.
So is it safe to say the 6.4 minus the 35%
Yeah,
of expenses and
yeah, exactly,
vacancy?
exactly.
So
So
if you do,
it's gonna drive it down. But let's do that example real quick. Did you hear what Jose said?
that's 4.2.
4.27.
4.2. Okay, not bad. So check this out. I'm an investor, and I say, hey Jose, I want to get that building for a five cap rate. How much am I paying for the building?
Without the expenses or?
No, because Jose did the expenses. The expenses is 30%. You took 30%?
35 because I did the vacancy factor
Oh.
also.
Okay, so what Jose did, now listen to me, this is critical. Jose did it right. He took the vacancy factor, he took 35%, right? And you came up with what NOI?
Was it?
The
Was it 140
NOI,
and
they're showing the
175?
NOI.
I did the cap rate, which was a 6.4 minus 35%, and it got me 4 point something. Which
Okay.
sounds about right.
So let's do it correctly. What is the gross scheduled income? How much was it total?
19,125 times 12.
So 229,500.
229,500.
Uh-huh.
You multiply that by 5%. What do you get?
11,475.
Okay, so subtract the 11,475 from the
218,025.
what is it?
$218,025.
218,000.
025.
Now take 35% of that
0 to
number.
5?
What was the number?
It's gonna be $141,716.
Okay, let me put it on the screen for you guys.
$141,716.
Let me put it on the screen for you guys.
I took
So you
25.
can see
I
what's
multiplied
happening
by
here.
65.
All right, so. Hello. All right, let me put it on the screen. My GSI was how much?
229,500.
How much?
229,500.
229,500,
Uh-huh.
okay? And that, the way we got to that number is that we took 19,000, right?
Yeah,
How much?
125.
125,
And we multiplied by 12.
yes.
That's how we got to this number.
Yes.
Now we need our what?
5%.
Vacancy factor.
11,475.
5% vacancy is 11 what?
475.
475. Very good. You subtract that, what's the number? This is vacancy.
11,475. 218.
218,
025.
025. What is that? That's my total operating income. I'm assuming there's no other income. All right, so I need to take 35% of this because that 35% is what?
Expenses.
Tony,
Tommy, very good. You guys are getting this. What is that?
76. Wait, the 35 is 76, 308.
76,308 is Tommy. That's my expenses.
0.75.
No, yeah, don't worry about that. Okay, so now if I subtract that
218.
from the 218,
Minus 76, 308.
Michael, you might want,
141,
141, what?
717.
717. Denise,
I was just gonna say, you may wanna add a 5 up there, 19125 under GSI, just in case somebody's looking at this later and they're trying to recreate the numbers.
thank you. What is it again now?
19125, it's just the 5.
No, 199,
19125,
19,125.
thank you.
thank you. 191.25. Very good. Thank you, Denise. So what's my NOI?
That's
One.
141,007.
141,717. Now, let's get the true cap rate. What is the true cap rate now?
What was the price? 3.5?
What was the price?
The price is 3,550,000. Right?
3.9.
3.550.
3.9%?
3.9%, is that correct? I need somebody to double check that on
Oh,
for me.
that's what I.
Yes,
So
3.9.
one,
Or 4%,
So it's
if you want to
4%.
round it up, yeah, 4%.
717, and I divided it by 3,550,000, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that came out to be what?
4%.
4%.
Mhm.
I got a 4 cap, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are getting good. You guys are getting good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jose tells his client, hey man, I got this property right here, it's looking good, it's 4 cap. And the client say, yeah, Jose, I'm cool with that, but listen, I want a 5 cap. What price do I offer?
less.
Well, you gonna offer less. You're gonna offer less, but how much less?
7.
How much?
2,834,340.
You know what kills me, guys? That the girls can do better math than you.
They're smarter than us, man.
Okay, so what is it?
2,834,340.
2,834,000, what?
340.
That's it. So, if Jose's client says, I'm only willing to pay, I want a 5 cap, that's what I want, that's the return I want on my money. I want a 5 cap, then that's what you're gonna have to offer for that. And that's not bad, that's not bad, that's
Michael,
reasonable.
they
Well,
want
that's
to know
if,
how
if
did
you wanna
they
get
come up with that
5%
number?
instead of 4%.
With the price.
Just one.
Is that,
Wait, hold on. That's the mic, please.
NOI.
1,507.
Okay, now everybody listen to Marisol.
so to come up with the price, I divided the 141,717 by the 5% cap rate. That's what he wants, the 5%. So
That's
I
right.
came up with that purchase price.
That's right. So now that I have my operating, now that I have my net operating income, I can cover, let me go back here.
Divided by the cap rate.
There it is right there. I had my NOI, right?
Mhm.
Right? And here's my cap rate. So my original cap rate was 4, but I didn't want 4. I wanted 5. So the only thing she did, she divided 5 into the NOI, and she came up with her price. So therefore, now you can really talk intelligently to your investor. Say, okay, Mr. Investor, with this 5 cap rate, we can offer this. You have to come in with 30% down, of course, and then I can figure out everything else. Make sense? Okay. So I want to finish this up because my time is just about up. We've got one more property to go. And it was this one right here. What happened here? Obviously his math was off. Okay? Obviously his math was off, or maybe we just can't see the other digits. So let's just do a quick example. Let's say that this is 463,000, and let's just say this is 463,000. Okay? Because obviously it's not 46,000. The reason I know it's not 46,000 because I can quickly do the math here. Oh, that's beautiful property, my God. Oh my goodness.
But if we multiply it by 12, that might be the,
Yeah, that
I
might
think they
be
got the
monthly.
gross.
I think they
Monthly.
put monthly.
Yeah, because this right here seems like to me is more than 43,000 because you got 8 units at this price. And so it look like these are the total rent down here. So maybe he did the 43,000, maybe that's
Yeah,
per month.
Yes, per month,
Yes.
yes.
So like I said, let's multiply by 12.
43,000.
What is the number exactly? 43,000 what?
Like 550.
43,000
Now let's take the number here
by
because
12,
it's 43,309 times 12.
516,000.
519 or
519,708.
519,708, and then let's divide that by the 9.8. The 9.8 million.
5.3.
5.3.
Divided by what?
Uh,
719 divided by what?
9,895,000.
Oh, I just did 508.
Okay, so somebody got the number for me.
415.
4.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up with that.
Is that right? I need a confirmation on that. Somebody please give me a confirmation on that. Is it 4?
Can you repeat the numbers?
Okay, the number is 46,309 times 12. What is that number?
555,708.
555,708. And then you're going to take the 9,895,000 and divide it into that number.
9 million,
So it's 5.6. 5.6.
Can you zoom in?
Huh?
Zoom it.
So 5.6.
9
5.6.
million,
5.6.
Yeah.
Can I get a confirmation on that?
9.5.
Yes.
5.6, confirmed.
5.6
Yeah.
confirmed. Okay, so now we're going to conclude this. We're going to wrap this up.
Yes.
I got Long Beach at from 4
To 8.
to 8. But check out, Gardena is only 5 to 6.
Yep.
Boom, there it is. That's the difference. So why is Gardena maybe a little bit lower than Long Beach?
Because
Long Beach is
it's
bigger.
smaller.
Bread and butter
Yeah.
factory.
No, the other way around. Gardena's rents are kind of high. But
Long Beach is
Martin hit
bigger.
it
There's
on,
more diversity. in Long Beach.
Martin hit it on the
Yeah.
head. That Long is bigger. Long Beach is bigger, okay? Just by the sheer number of listings versus Gardena, okay? Where Gardena basically could be a little bit more exclusive area, so therefore your cap rates is just a little bit lower, okay? All right, and what you guys think? Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, yeah. So now you guys know 2 things. Number 1, there is a property in Long Beach you need to be marketing, for sure. Number 2, you know that the cap rates in Gardena is different than Long Beach, okay? All right, it's time to give the giveaway. Let's go around the board, let's see how many coins you got. How many coins you got?
1.
All right, how many you got, sir? 2. Denise?
No, 5.
5.
7.
7.
God dang.
Bill Maricela, woo-hoo.
3.
3.
3.
1.
1.
Yes.
3. Maricela gets
A
a
G.
Wow, Starbucks.
Starbucks card. The Starbucks. Thank you very much. Hey guys, it's been great. Next time we come up, we're going to talk more about the DSR, and we're going to do more analysis, and we got a long ways to go. We're going to have some commercial people here that's going to talk about actually doing some financing. We're going to talk about syndication, so we got a long ways to go. But until then, hey, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.